Oh god, okay, I fixed the problem. Oh, I feel really stupid now. Oh, okay, so I've actually been streaming for about 10 minutes, lads, but your boy made a big mistake in that I didn't realize I'd changed my upload schedule settings to upload videos as private automatically, because basically what I do is I upload unlisted videos and then give the link to my Patreons so that they can check out the video before it takes off, before it goes public. But yeah, I hadn't changed the privacy settings of the I didn't change the privacy settings of the live stream. So the live stream, I was streaming for 10 minutes talking to myself, wondering why no one was watching, for, you know, because it was unlisted. So I feel really dumb now. But problem solved. We're all good. We're all settled. The fire is going. The steel is in there. So let's say hello to some people. Morning, Alex. Morning, Robert. Ben, Kenneth, Ed, Newt, Corey, Ben again. Matt, how you doing? Good to see you. Good to hear you, Corey. Thanks for shouting me out, Yanez. And hello, Yanez. Hey, Smelt the Dragon, and Peter. How are you all going? Whole gang's here. This is more like it. I was like, oh, no one wants to watch me anymore because, you know. Randy. Cool. No worries, Randy. I will endeavor to remember that. I'm normally pretty good, but yeah, I will endeavor to remember that. So yeah, I felt really stupid in that I was all disappointed that no one wanted to watch my live stream, and then I didn't realize that I hadn't changed the privacy settings. So yeah. But here we are. We are forging on. Obviously, by the title of the stream, you'll know that the poll, which I had in my community tab. Hey Daniel, the poll that I had in my community tab. If you didn't see the poll, if you go to my YouTube channel or anyone's YouTube channel that's a partner, and then go like on the top, it'll have like you know, home, videos, playlists, community. If you hit community, you'll get all of the text posts and all of the photo posts that creators put up. If you check that tab, that's where a lot of the polls go. And I actually had a poll that I started yesterday as to what I was going to make today. And I'm going to make another poll tomorrow for what I'm going to make next Saturday. So if you don't see it come up in your updates, then just go to the community tab on my page and you'll be able to find the poll and be able to vote on what I'm making next week. But this week, the Drawknife won out. I think it was like 1 vote's difference between the dagger and a Drawknife. And the Drawknife won out by, I think, 1 vote or a little bit less. Or a little bit more, so 1 or 2 votes. So what I've got, hey Jamie, hello, how you going? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this camera around so you can see what I'm working with. So what we have here, I'm not sure if you're able to read it. Make sure you change your viewing quality to 720p. But you can see Oberg, Sweden. It's a very cool little moon mark. So yes, it's an Oberg file. Oberg smooth mill file. It's actually quite a nice file. Hey Bob from BB, how you doing? Good morning from last night. Yeah, well, welcome to the future, buddy. But anyway, that's been soaking for about 7 minutes, so it should be up to temperature now. Let's move over to the anvil. Anvil side. Let's start upsetting some metal. Need a hammer though. Uncle Jerry always told me, you go to hell for hitting cold iron, and that is especially true when it comes to files. W2, W1 react very, very badly to forging cold, so don't do that. Whew. Yeah, it sucks, Joe Gallo. I'm lucky that I broke the 1,000. Hey Evans, how you going? I'm lucky I broke the 1,000 before that came in. Hey Jared, how you doing, mate? Welcome to the stream. Okay. Who's this guy? Who's Yanis? Please don't tell me that's... Okay. Is that Connor? Hey, Tig Tig, how you doing, buddy? Is that Connor? Okay. Alex, you know what to do. You or Jared. Thank you. What are we forging today? It's in the title, mate. Forging a Drawknife. I'm gonna switch it around to here for a bit. Yeah, like that angle. That angle. About as cold as you want to go. Hey champ, how you doing? It's a bit humid, unfortunately. Yeah, all snacking, no doubt. Well, it's all good. Yeah, man, it's staying completely flat out. No, I grind freehand, champ. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Those of you in the chat who've been following my channel for a while might recognize Mick Andrews. He's the guy who swings the hammer really, really well. Oh, good, Alex. I have a feeling that Connor's up to his usual tricks. He's taken Yanis' name. Either that or it's another friggin' troll. Yeah, well, very soon, actually, Nick. I've got. I was planning on messaging you today to ask if you wanted to come down this week. Oh, that is legit you? Okay. All good, guys. Alright, in that case, don't destroy the channel. I'm glad you clarified that, Yamez, because we were about to hit it with a bad hammer. All good, Yamas. I appreciate the joke. It's only because I've had a viewer doing it before, which has been really annoying. So all I've done now is just upset a little bit of the material that I didn't need it quite as wide as it was. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Now I can think about drawing out those grains. Yeah, fair enough, Yonis. Yeah, that's it. Just hit it with the bam hammer, mate. Hey, Catman Forge. Oh, thanks for coming along. I appreciate you coming across. Yeah, Tuesday's probably the one to pick. Yeah, don't worry, Randy. I'll let you know when the zombie apocalypse is happening, just in case. Hey, Tasheki, how you doing, mate? Yeah, I'll message you after just to confirm. But yeah, Tuesday sounds like a plan. Got a lot of hammer swinging to be doing. We are making a draw knife. Out of an Oberg file. So pick aside. Something terrible is that? Right. As far as I want to take it right now, I want to have a nice thick shoulder. One of the things, if you're ever making a draw knife out of files, and I know this from making those blacksmith knives, if you make this area here too thin, it will crack. There is no way you can stop it from cracking. So make sure that you keep that relatively wide at the shoulder and draw down to a fine point. Because otherwise you're going to get some serious issues with that. Yeah, I like playing with my camera angles, Gomez. Yeah, it won by like 1 vote, Alex. Yeah, no, it won by like 1 vote. When I checked this morning, just before I went on stream, it was 42% draw knife, 37% dagger. So I have a feeling that when I put up the next poll, it's going to be a dagger. Yeah, it's true. I prefer making a shoulder just because it looks nice, but that's one of those things. Me, I tap music. Just keel the hammer over and use it as a fuller. say you don't have a crossbeam hammer, or for whatever reason you don't want to use one, if you just turn your hammer over, whoops, nice and cold. Luckily that bit will be hidden in the handle, but yeah, you can just turn your hammer over and follow the material with your hammer. True, I am first for Saturday. I've had a visitor who's tried to undo my friggin' handle. And yes, I say again, I did have someone try and steal my handle. Or it's just loosened up for whatever reason. That's one of the reasons I really like this setup. Because if it does loosen up, just crank down on it again. No more ring. I have to say that is one of my favorite things. Is now I can mute my handle just by a couple of twists with a piece of rib. Or a really big man with a hammer, yeah. Ooh, Peter Wright. I'm jealous. Mine's not a Peter Wright, but it does all right. Now it doesn't look like the rebound's very good, but that's because the hammer is nice and soft. Wondered why my handle stand was rocking. Yeah, I'd say what had happened is that it's settled, because this is all, obviously it's all stacked, and I think it's just settled on the glue a bit over time. So that's now tight as a drum. As you can hear. So we're not going to have that problem anymore. Now it's completely different. Again, that's about as cold as you want to go. Hey, Techron. Oh, good luck with your surgery, mate. Yeah, that looked horrifying, mate. I hope you feel better soon. That's it, Alex. Hopefully that goes well, Techron. We'll have to hang out soon, mate. Once you feel better. For those of you who don't know, Techron had a large chunk of material removed from the front of his large chunk of metal. Ah, cool. Yeah, no, we don't hang with those eastern states dudes. I'm from Perth. Tacron was shifting some large sections of 4140. I think he was at his job at the time. And one of the sections dropped off. And when it dropped off the other side first and then rolled off. And his leg was there and it kind of went, whoop, and ripped a nice big section out of his leg. So he's going for skin grafts and all that. We can all wish him it's a 40 kilo glider. Yeah, we can all wish him a speedy recovery. 40 kilo. Make it heat up. In pounds, that's 88 pounds. All right, cheers, Corey. Not that I'm aware of, Ben. I don't think we do. Hey, Saber Striker. Yes, we do have the best area in Australia. Absolutely. Alright, Yamez. Have a good one, mate. Thanks for checking in. Alex, get the fuck off my stream. No, bad moderator, bad. Don't encourage him, man. I did get a pretty decent cold shot there, but sorry, it was Bob that encouraged him. Don't encourage him, Bob. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan of Sam. But Sam's part of life in Perth. That's it. Screw that, I'll just break out the bottle of WD-40. No, it's Roy. Quick, everyone run. Hey, Roy. No scrolls today, buddy. I'm not going to scroll my Drawknife. Yeah, we're not making a pizza cutter, Alex. Oh, no scrolls today. And I don't need any borax today either. I do have a jar. Oh, there it is. So, whenever you're making a draw knife, you need like half a bottle of borax. Yeah, this is borax. Just pour it all over the handle. Make sure you get it nice and piled up. We're all glad you're here, Roy.
Break the edges on this.
Okay, so that's pretty much one handle done. Now I'm just going to come over to the other side and do the other one. This is going to get making draw knife. Double draw knife day. Who else made a draw knife today? Oh, I'm sorry, Roy. Borax is in flux. Yeah, no, we don't get the boxes over here. I know you guys get the 20 mil tin borax, but yeah, no, we get glitz green, which is in a bottle. It's great because it's waterproof. All right, Saber Striker, good luck, mate. If you can hear me. Hey, Caitlin, how you going? Hey Dustin, have a good night, buddy. If you don't hear me. Oh, Yamez did. Fair enough. No one's challenged me yet, Alex. Isotunes. I've looked that up. Back down to the anvil. How much do I want? No, there we go. Whoa, no. Thank you. Yeah, it's a lot like that. God, this forehead is getting seriously hot. Yeah, borax is boric acid. That's why it's called borax. You want to see my tongue rack? Okay, well, you know, if you're that, you know, impressed about my tongue rack, there it is, the flaw. Yes, you can heckle all you like, right? But the rule is you can't give it if you can't take it. All good, yeah, Roach Killer doesn't have the binding agents that Borax does. W1 doesn't like to move under the hammer. One thing to figure out real fast. This is a really high quality Oberg Sweden file. I think you can take it just fine, right? Hey, Nuclear, how you doing, mate? So Mason, we're making the Drawknife out of a Oberg file. It's a Swedish file. Yeah, the Mag Tank Challenge has been great fun to follow. I love Droid's video, and John from Black Bear Forges, his was awesome. And was it Brent? Brent McAfee, or is it Brett McAfee? I can't remember. Okay, so there are a number of ways to tell how good a file is for forging. The first way is to spark test it. So for those of you who aren't familiar with spark testing, I might show you in a second. I'm just going to do this next heat. Yeah, Brett McAfee was awesome. Okay, I'm just going to give my bottle a chance to warm up a little bit. And while we're doing that, I can explain how to test files and other unknown steels for their usability as forgeable tools. So, first off, you need a grinder. You can use a one of those, bench grinders with the stones. What do we got? That one's one of my really favorite ones. So, first thing to check is what kind of brand is it? Now I'm going to flip this around. This one, there we go. It's a Nicholson. It's a second cut half round file. Now, most old stock Nicholsons are fairly good quality. They used W1 and 1095 for most of their tooling. So this being old stock Nicholson is almost guaranteed to be good hardenable steel before I even heat treat test it. So, second thing you can do, fire up your grinder. It doesn't have to be as a huge grinder like this one. And you're looking for good sparks. Now, you notice it's short and flowery, very bright. For comparison, this is a piece of mild steel. you see it. That's the mild steel. That's the file. Mild steel, file. And that comes down to the carbon content in the steel. Now, another way that you can test is a way that I use all the time, is you get a vise, you get your file, you stick a small portion of the file in the vise, just a small portion, and then snap it. Now it should snap like glass, like that one just did. I didn't put almost any weight on it. But now if I flip the camera around again, we look at the grain structure. You can see it's very fine, and it's the same color all the way through. If I take a cross-section of mild steel of a similar width and thickness, if I have one, there we go. First of all, when I select that short section and then try and snap it, it should just bend. Okay, so if you're just going to a flea market or a dump or something like that and picking up files. Hey Ben, how you going? If you're just going to a market or a dump, the only way to tell is the maker. So the older the file, the more likely it is to be high carbon steel all the way through, and the more expensive. So this Oberg file is a very expensive, high quality file. They are always through hardened. They are always completely hardenable steel. Old stock Nicholsons, even the ones made in Mexico and Taiwan, are all through hardenable steel. Wiltshire, Nicholson, Wiltshire, you know, they coexist. They're also really, really good, high quality, high carbon files. And all of the Sheffield files, the old Sheffield files, they're all real good steel. If it's made in India, Pakistan, some Taiwanese ones, and Chinese, they are all case hardened. Indian ones especially, I don't know what it is about the manufacturers over in India, but they prefer to make case hardened. Yeah, you could also do that. Look for the high carbon steel paint markers, normally blue or green. Oh no, green's mild in Australia. And that's also true. Jared just pointed out a very good one. High carbon steel rings pretty high, whereas mild steel rings at a very low tone. It's hard to demonstrate on camera. But the other thing is, when you snap a case hardened, you'll find that it has a ring of that really fine white grain structure, but then the middle will be this kind of dull gray, chunky kind of grain. So that's a good way to tell if you can get your hands on the file. Anyway, back to doing the bit that I'm supposed to be doing, which is making a draw knife. Hey LHI, how you doing? Okay, so there are a lot of ways to do it, Saber. You can wire wheel it, although if you've got fine detail in your maker's mark, then you're going to wash that out with wire wheel. The best way to do it is don't worry about it, because when you grind over the top of it, then you're going to have the black in the background of being the forge finish inside your maker's mark, and it really makes it stand out. If you're trying to say, like, you know, if you're forging something to finish and then leaving it, you know, finished, forge finished with the Maker's Mark in it. A good way is to just brush it while it's still really hot with a butcher's block brush or something like that, a couple strokes over the top to get rid of most of it. The other one is that you can just dunk it in vinegar for 24 hours and that will completely kill the scale, and you can just scrub a normal wire brush over it, and that'll completely remove all of the scale from the piece. Last time, yeah, well. No worries, mate. Always happy to share knowledge if I can. Well, yeah, that's also true. Sorry, yeah, I'm one of the downsides of running a business is that you're never not working. And so I was actually talking with my friend who runs the laser cutter. We are currently talking about mass producing the guillotine tool. So I've just managed to organize with him a price for cutting out the flat pack guillotine tools. So they will be available very, very soon. If you're interested in buying one of these guillotine tools, they come with a set of 3 dies. They come with a butcher die, a flat die, and a fullering die. If you're interested in purchasing one, if you can just send me an email with your interest through samtownsbladesmith@gmail.com. That's samtownsbladesmith@gmail.com. I can put you on the list, the short list, and then I'll be taking deposits in the next week or so. So, really good anvil brands. It depends on where you are in the world as to how accessible they are. If you're in the States, cold vinegar takes longer than hot vinegar. It doesn't really matter whether you use it cold or hot. The only difference is if you use it hot, you have to kind of stand over it. So I use cold vinegar. Actually, funny, I should just, give me 2 seconds. Live stream will recognize this, the buggy razor, as Caitlin calls it. Now, it is fairly scaled up, but if I just wipe that with my finger, bye-bye scale. There's all the scale. So, that's been sitting in white vinegar, just white distilled vinegar, for about 12 hours, a little bit more. And yeah, so all that really thick scale, just a wipe with a finger and away it goes. Now there might be a little bit of hardcore stuff. That's where this little brush comes in. It's not a butcher's block brush, it's just a normal wire brush. But a couple of scrubs. blacker scale back here. That's a lot thicker, and it would take a little bit longer. But yeah, you can see that most of the scale is gone. It's all shiny. Normally I sit it in there for 24 hours. This has only been sitting for about 10, 12 hours. So there you go. That's the effect. All right, have a good one, Alex. Cheers, mate. Yeah, hot acid will do it faster, but obviously it takes a little bit more care. Alright, this is it out the stage ready, cut it off. Get the hot cut. I have two moderators. I do have two moderators, Roy. Be careful. I made two moderators purely for you, because I knew how sneaky you are. See, I'm onto you, mate. I'm onto you. Okay. Hot cut time. Make another set of bladesmithing tongs. That's alright. We have a few up. What goes on? Oh, there we go. No, Daniel, I'm not scrolling the handles. Well, we wouldn't want to get ready. Wouldn't want to get ready, Roy. Yes, we called for the Toromoto. You are very trying, Caitlin. correct. You are very trying. Roy's drunk, huh? Alright, Mason, thank you very much, mate. Yeah, I'll definitely upload photos on my Instagram and YouTube, on my Instagram and Facebook of what it's finished. Behold the power of the blue wrench. Yeah. Yes, they are, Bob. From the 80s. At least now I don't get comments on my YouTube videos of how bad my anvil is ringing. Unless it's drop forge, right, Rod? Right, Bob? Sorry, mate. Yeah, I know. I've got to put some muffles on this. I'll change to my silenced hammer. My super silenced hammer. You can't even hear it. I learned to forge from a farrier. I too have seen a horse. I see you are a man of taste and quality. Let's give you a bit of a low angle on the handle. For about an hour and a half, I'll use about 2 to 3 kilos of gas, which is about, what is that, 4 to 6 pounds of gas, 4 to 6 pounds of gas. Depends on what pressure I'm running at. Good length for both sides. I actually have to cut off a little bit that side. It's better to have too much than not enough. No, camels we don't ride. We just shoot them. No, that's true. Kangaroos are definitely not soft. You know, camels are giant walking targets in Australia. That's the name, giant walking target. Massive pain in the ass. Be able to draw the bevel. They make the best level for some things. It's true, we eat both of the animals off our coat of arms. Koala's not legal to eat, unfortunately. They do, they stick real bad. Kangaroo hide makes really good belts, makes really good whips, makes really good strops, but they're not very good for tooling. If you ever want to make like a sheath or something like that, kangaroo hide's bad for it. Well, you'd be more than welcome, Roy. If you ever make it down to Perth, let me know. We'll have a beer. Or a coffee, or whatever. They can be mean as hell, Bob. Most of the time, they're just slack. So, now we're going to do the bevel. Alright, shift the camera for a second. Yeah, it's a bit like that. God damn it, Jared. Don't remind me at the right times, dude. See ya, Peter. Have a good one, mate. Morning, mate. I think at this stage you're probably going to have to, yeah, because I keep forgetting. Morning, Peter. Okie dokie. Beveling. Let's let the beveling begin. I'm obviously only working from one side because I have to only have a chisel grind on my Drawknife. Yes, diesel can be used to soak cable. Actually, gasoline is better. Petrol is better. Strips grease a lot faster than diesel. Obviously just don't get a fire trip. Yeah, but evaporos is so much more expensive. Yeah, well that's kind of the thing though, is that because diesel is so raw and so thick, it actually adds an oil layer to your cable. With petrol, you're less likely to soak it and then drip dry it and then stick it in the forge and the rest will burn off. Obviously don't take it straight out of the bucket straight into the forge. But yeah, no, the rest of it will burn off. It's like kerosene. It'll just burn off the forge. Now, so many people, when beveling a blade, will try and bevel the whole thing at one time. The best thing you can do is bevel section by section. Right, get your bevels nice and clean in one spot, move to the next spot. Because if you try and bevel it all at once, it's going to go all wonky. Now that's bent up and backwards, so I'm going to flatten that out and bend it back a little bit. You can put a pre-curve in it, but I'm not worried about that. Yeah, evapo shop indeed. I do like a little bit of curve in my draw knives. I only have one draw knife at the moment. I gave away the other one. I have this very old French pattern draw knife. You can tell how old it is by the fact that the handles are cracked and full of wormholes. But this draw knife was made back in the 40s, and I really like it because it's a really solid draw knife. But I kind of want one with the American style with the handles. This one's really good for detail work and stuff like that, and I prefer one with the handles for a bit finer control. So yeah, this is my draw knife. I'm going to make a better one. Once you've got down to that, kind of millimeter thickness at the edge, try forging down to a millimeter. Then, if you want to straighten it, it's better not to hit it with a steel hammer. It is better to use a wooden mallet. Yes, it will naturally curve when beveling. That's exactly right. It's got it. You're expanding one side of the material. The other side isn't moving, so therefore it has to move somewhere. So it curves. I haven't managed to rehandle it yet in Italia. I've been a little busy. And it hasn't been uber necessary for what I've been. That's why this hammer is really useful. Because just like that, I straightened it out. And I can get back and forth. That's been called. I actually have whack forging. Yeah, that's it. I actually have a story about that. Using gasoline to degrease bearings, and I was working on a farm, and I was the pressure wheels on an air seeder are the wheels that follow the air hose that shoots the wheat into the ground, and it presses it into the dirt. The bearings get clogged up pretty easily, so basically my full-time job was taking the pressure wheels off the seeder when they burned out, punching out the old bearings and putting new bearings in. And when I was in the workshop, the punch that I was using started mushrooming on the end, and I couldn't get it to grab the bearing, so I ended up grinding it, and then I figured I'll reheat treat it. And so what did I do? I went over to the acetylene torch, and I started heating the punch. And so I heated the punch and I quenched it in water. And while I was quenching it in water, I wasn't looking where the torch was going. and I had a big plastic bucket full of gasoline that I was using to degrease all of the bearings. So all I hear is woof, and suddenly I had an 8-foot tall flame that was starting to lick the roof beams on the shed. Luckily, the shed was really, really tall. It was a farm shed. And fortunately, I didn't burn the place down, but I was absolutely terrified. I actually ended up running for the fire extinguisher. Unfortunately, unknown to me, it was a water fire extinguisher, so I started spraying it, and nothing happened because gas fires don't go out in water. And so then I ran, and I got a big rubber mat that we had for putting out fires, and I stuck the rubber mat on top of it to try and put it out. But of course, it was burning gasoline in a plastic bucket, so when I put the mat on it, the plastic bucket had started melting, and it just poof, and petrol went everywhere. And like the floor was on fire, and the welder was on fire, and everything was on fire. I ended up just running away and watching it burn down. As I said, the shed didn't burn down. I did melt the welder cables on the welder, which I had to replace, I had to pay for, but fortunately nothing else was damaged. But yeah, that reminded me to never play with fire around, I've never played with fire around flammable liquids. That scared the crap out of me. So yeah, don't play with fire around gasoline kits. Alright, we're getting there. We're almost there. Yeah, the fruit of the loom's got a little dirty, that's for sure. Yes, I was definitely feeling the weight in my underwear. Yeah, cool. I've got some one inch cable. We got this nice big section of, I think this is actually inch quarter cable. No, it's 1 inch. 1 inch cable. It's a very nice stout cable. And we'll eventually make something out of it. Who knows? I don't play with Damascus that often. Now, a big lesson here, and this is a lesson for beveling any kind of blade, is that if your edge was straight, like if your edge was an even thickness and straight before you started forging the bevels should be straight, or it should be even. If there's waves in them, that means you've got differences in thickness. Like the thickness is changing along the length. So you could just say, bugger it, all because of edge. Come in, welcome back, buddy. Cheers, Corey, good to see you back. Yeah, no, Shecky, I think I would shock my hand to bits doing that. Yeah, I want to give you the cable, huh? Well, if you want it, that can be arranged. Send it to you. Can't hide from me. You've already seen this bit. Now I'm just gonna, when you get that edge wrinkle here, when you forge it back in, you're not trying to re-stretch it out, you're trying to upset the metal back into itself. So I've got, it's a little thinner here than it is over here, so I'm actually going to put it back in the forge and thin that out a little bit. I want an even width of blade when I'm done. Thanks for shouting me out, Roy, and thank you for shouting me out, Gomez. I will. I'll do a minor hollow, yeah. I'll do a 3-inch hollow at home. World domination. That sounds like a lot of effort, man. Oh, goodness, Blair. We're just finishing things up. Stretching out the last bit. Level. Straightening everything out. Quiet. It's probably a good thing I got to the end there, because I'm running out of gas. I have 4 bottles, but they're all empty. So, yeah, dominating the world's the easy part. Yeah, no, crane cable won't have a hemp core. Elevator cable has a lot of it. I've seen Roy make a knife. His bladesmithing tong video, he had a knife in the thumbnail. You're an electrician, yeah, you can just wire us all up, mate. But yeah, no, this cable here is 100% cable. You can see the steel core on it. But a lot of elevator cables have hemp core to contain oil and grease. Never! Yes, well, you know, we all know how long that kind of stuff lasts. But that being said, we now have a finished forged Drawknife. I obviously have to do a bit of grinding to get it all even. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I'm gonna, nah, okay. One rule of blacksmithing: never settle for mediocre. If you were following Roy, you'd have known that. I've just noticed that one of the ends of the blade is a little bit too thick, so I'm just going to fix that. It should only take me a second. Never settle for second best. Yeah. Kind of need that. There's one thing I want to remind all of you guys is that when you're working on anything, good enough is never good enough. You kind of get to that mindset where you just want to get finished, you want to get it done, you want to just get on with your day. You don't want to spend that extra 5 minutes it's going to take to tweak things. You don't want to have to fire up the forge again and all that kind of stuff. And you feel like it's way too much effort to do that little bit of extra work to get it done right. But I can tell you right now that a day later you're going to have forgotten all of the effort you went to. All you're going to see is that mistake. All you're going to see is that 5 minutes you didn't take. The only thing you're going to regret is not taking the extra time. So, do yourself a favor, and if you spot a mistake with your work, no matter at what stage the mistake is at, even if it means you have to go back 6 steps, even if it means you have to start again, do it. Start again, because at the end of the day, you are going to end up holding yourself responsible for not doing a good job. Yeah, call it a ladder opener, Roy. But yeah, no, this is one of those things that always drives me, is I'm always looking to make improvements. Hey Curtis, you are watching Samtown's Bladesmith, if you hadn't figured that out from the channel name below this video. I am forging an Oberg file, which is a Swedish file, into a Drawknife. That is a good point, Jared. That would incorporate pretty much all of that. Sorry. At the moment I'm using a 2-pound hammer. Saber, are you using a full tang? If you are, then if you've already heat treated your knife, wrap the blade in a wet towel and then heat up the tang slightly and tap it straight on your anvil. Don't try and bolt the scales to it while it's bent, because you'll just have a really nasty glue seam. The sharpest rose, indeed. Yeah, when you're fixing tangs on knives, just take your hammer to it, be very gentle, and make sure that you're careful with your heat. Extra 5 minutes gave me a much better looking piece. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but now the blade length is nice and width is even, which is the important thing for me. I want to make sure the shoulders are the same width. There's a little bit more curve on this side than that side, but I'm planning on cutting it in. I'm planning on cutting it in with a contact wheel. Now, the reason the handles are straight is because of heat treatment. Being that I'm using a gas forge, I need to be able to get the whole thing through the gas forge. So I'm going to heat treat this, and then I'm going to wrap the blade in a wet towel and then bend these handles with a matte gas torch. So it's definitely one way to do it. You can bend the handles beforehand. If you're using a charcoal forge or a coal forge, you can heat treat this after you've bent the handles. That's a bit easier because you don't have to worry about the temper later, but that is what I'm going to do, is I'm going to leave it like that. And I will probably heat treat before I grind, because I'm not sure if you're going to be able to tell, but that is about a millimeter's thickness at the edge all the way along. So nice and thin. G'day, Roach. All good, man. We're coming to the end. It's been an hour and 30 minutes exactly, which is precisely what I expected it to be. I'm pretty impressed with myself. 4 hours a night. Yeah, no, I couldn't do that. I need at least 6. But yes, so we forged a hand smooth file from Oberg, Sweden, into a decent looking draw knife. And again, I will heat treat this off camera and finish it up like I did that, like I did the buggy razor, which I still haven't ground on yet. So I've got another thing I need to grind on. All of the projects that I need to work on, but the draw knife will come in handy for future projects. So for sure, I will be using it. Thanks very much, Roy. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. If you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please feel free to do so. I upload every Wednesday, and I do a live stream every Saturday morning, Australian time, evening in the US time, on Saturdays for Australia, Fridays for the US. If you do have any comments afterwards, if you're watching this in a review or anything like that, please feel free to leave them down in the comment section down below. Any advice you'd like, if you want to show me some pieces you're working on or ask me about anything that you like, you can send me an email to samtownsbladesmith@gmail.com. That includes, if you're interested in buying the flat pack of the most recent tool that I made, which is a guillotine tool, I will be selling these flat packs. So if you're interested in that, make sure to drop me an email so I can put you on the list. If you'd like to support the channel, like some of you already do, Jared, for instance, is one of my patrons, you can support me on Patreon at www.patreon.com/SamTownsBladesmith, or you can donate single-time donations through Super Chat or through Coffee, which is a small single-time donation through PayPal, through Coffee, which is in lots of three, which is www.ko-fi.com/SamTownsBladesmith. You can check out my Etsy shop at www.etsy.com/au/shop/SamTownsBladesmith. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a fantastic weekend and the beginning of the week, and I will see you on Wednesday when I'm going to be back with some more awesome forging stuff. So, with that being said, I'm going to get off stream and I'm going to go change my shirt. I'm so happy that you guys could all come out. I will see you in the next video. Cheers, guys.